Could energy become the game changer in our broader region, or is it too early to say?
It clearly is a game changer for more than a decade or so, since very large deposits of gas had been found offshore in significant quantities, particularly in the Eastern Mediterranean. It includes Israel, it includes Egypt, and recently we've all been pleasantly surprised with a major discovery around Cyprus. And I have the feeling that this has not finished the potential that Egypt may see some more discoveries in the future. So the Eastern Mediterranean is an area of production of gas primarily. And this is substantially contributing to the economies of the relevant countries. Well, Libya is there too. And Libya has a history of its own in oil production. But gas, offshore gas, you have Egypt. You have the Palestinian territory. Offshore the Gaza Strip, there is a deposit which is now and should be and is, should be under Palestinian sovereignty and could be developed. It's a modest, but it's there. Israel, of course, has had a number of such discoveries. The biggest field has to be developed, called Leviathan. It is positioned between Cyprus and Israel. Then there is Lebanon. Lebanon is very much part of that because some of those fields have extend into the Lebanese economic waters, and they have certain rights too. So because of the economic value of these discoveries, and because the countries involved are countries that could use the revenues, it is significant to all the countries concerned. And it had led already to all kinds of cooperations among those countries. One country which can also be tied in to the Eastern Mediterranean question is Jordan. It is true that Jordan does not have access to the Mediterranean, but in a way it buys gas from Israel, and there could always be cooperation in the field of electricity. Also, Jordan has connections with the Egyptians. So you have also a developing architecture of pipelines and energy-related facilities, and of course the development and exportation of the gas. By and large, to the extent that there is room for cooperation, it is a positive thing. It's a cause for cooperation. But here and there you do find friction and conflicts. The friction and conflicts could occur because of two possible causes. One could be because of differences of views as to rights and privileges and where to draw the line, and you could have all kind of disputes that could be settled by arbitration or so forth. These already exist, particularly around the notion of Turkey and Cyprus and the allocation of the privileges and so forth. Or, by the way, I forgot Syria when I listed those countries.
You did.
You know, what an omission. But also you have some conflict already existing in this part of the world between several countries. And today the most obvious one is still the open conflict between Israel and Syria, and the Hezbollah being paramount in Lebanon and active in the Syrian civil war. Then you have the Iranian encroachment into Syria and extending their influence into the Eastern Mediterranean, so to speak. And finally, you have the Russians positioning themselves in Syria with access to ports, Tartus, and so forth, that are supposed to be long-term. These are not facilities that they intend to evacuate. So you have a very complicated chessboard of possibilities. But even with this, I would rather say that the politics can complicate some of the issues, can make it difficult for optimal solutions on transportation and the like. But I don't think they will get to the point of causing conflict or allowing for escalation to develop. That I would hope would not happen. So, on balance, energy in this case is a positive contribution to the prosperity of those countries. They certainly need that, and could also lead to some interesting cooperative arrangements.